Good morning. Recently on Facebook, I saw a post from a girl. Let's call her Girl A. Girl A was lamenting something another girl did. Girl B had broken up with Girl A's friend. And Girl A was complaining about something that Girl B did or said. I can't remember. And like all good passive-aggressive posts on Facebook, it was deleted. The worst part of this whole story was that Girl B wanted to give her side of things, and no one would hear her out. We all do this. We don't want to hear the other side of the story. We want to believe that the other side doesn't matter. Only our side matters. And there are a few reasons why this is. Anger and hurt tend to be dominating factors, but sometimes we just don't want to hear the other side. There's a saying that I've heard, but I can't find the source. There are 3 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. And this is why getting the whole story helps, because the only thing that matters is the truth. Now, of course, I'm not saying that the other side is always right and you're always wrong. You could be right and they could be wrong, but it doesn't mean you could ignore their point of view. Because in most cases, no one is 100% innocent and no one is 100% guilty. I think the best way to illustrate my point is to take a famous first-person novel and try to see how the book would be different from another character's point of view. I've chosen The Great Gatsby. It's a novel most people have read, willingly or otherwise, but I might be spoiling plot elements along the way. You have been warned. So Gatsby is narrated by Nick. But Fitzgerald could have just as easily picked any other character to narrate the book, from Gatsby to Tom to Daisy, even Allies and Eckelberg. He seems to see everything, or at least his eyes do. I once wrote an essay where I argued that Nick was the perfect character to narrate The Great Gatsby. And I stand by that, but it doesn't mean he was a perfect narrator. Gatsby's flaws don't come out nearly as much as they would if, say, Tom narrated the book. Of course, then the book would be called The Great Tom Buchanan. Talk about an unreliable narrator. Tom's ego would only show himself as a magnificent, wealthy man, and not the cowardly misogynist he actually is. Daisy, on the other hand, would be kind to herself, first and foremost. Oh, the struggle she was under to pick between Gatsby and Tom. And poor Nick, caught in the middle. Which brings me to Gatsby. There's one very significant problem you'd have to deal with having Gatsby narrate this novel. I'm guessing the book would have to be in present tense, and the ending would be different. Now, I doubt Gatsby's portrayal of himself would be all that different from Nick's, but Tom would be far more vilified and less complex in Gatsby's narrative. And somewhere in all those versions, the truth comes out. This is the way you have to read first-person narratives, by trying to see the characters as they are, not through someone else's eyes. This is difficult if you're one of the participants in the story, but as it turns out, it is also hard if you are merely an observer. You begin to form a bias. We all do this. We take sides. We want so badly for our side to be true and the other side to be false, that even in the face of evidence that says we are wrong, we ignore it to preserve our own truth. Let's go back to Girl A and Girl B. Do we really know what happened between Girl B and her ex? No. Partially because I don't know most of the people involved, and because I also only got Girl A's side of things. That leaves me with an incomplete story. If I'm reading this post on Facebook, and I don't know Girl B, I may have a misinformed opinion of Girl B, because I only see her through Girl A's eyes, and she is not that person. She is far more complex. Probably. All I'm saying is to find the whole story. Once you get that, you will find the actual truth, and not somebody else's truth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Wednesday.